Welcome back to another episode of the podcast. I am your host, Jose Gaming 7.
And I'm your co-host today, Bert at IB Gaming. And today we are going to talk about Dragon Ball DAIMA.
Yep. Yep, you technically just finished watching the first episode. Ugh.
Yep. First reaction, first rate, fresh rate. I am going to give it a 9.2 out
9
of 10.
point, oh, 9.2.
9.2. There were a few flaws that I'm going to go over a little later on, but there were a lot of things that I did really enjoy about this. It definitely was nice to see that little bit of a backflash to the whole Boo saga. And,
Dude, that shit was
a
so
little
nice.
step back, especially in the upgraded animations. Like, it was gorgeous. That they picked out key parts for it. It really just, they definitely blew the expectations out of the water.
Dude, they really did because, bro, when I saw that shit, like, you can tell it's knocked super out of the water.
Oh yeah, dude, and it's just, again, it has that hominess to it because, again, it's Akira Toriyama's last, you know, set of work and his last, hands-on project, and it has that, it has that hominess to it.
Yeah, because dude, okay, let's start off with the episode how it starts. Like, obviously, we finally see a little bit of the demon realm. We see these two characters. I cannot pronounce my names to the life of me, so I don't know. So sorry if I butcher the names and stuff like that. But we see that they're looking back, showing the flashbacks of the Majin Buu saga stuff, and I think like half of the episode is basically showing a recap of what happened, which I don't mind. I like the animation; it looks beautiful, but I get it. This is the first episode. Obviously, it's not going to show like crazy shit and like right off the bat and stuff like that. So they're just recapping what happened on the previous episodes and stuff like that. So which I find that
Yeah,
pretty cool.
but I also liked how they kind of took it and switched it to be like, well, like, you know what, these guys were watching this entire time. Like little did we know that there were people who were making plans and moves during this time. And I like how he, tied it into everything going on. And, you know, it's like one of those, like, oh, you thought that was it? Just kidding. Here's some more. And,
Dude, that's literally
on
us.
top of
That's literally us. The reaction when we were watching like Dragon Ball Z back then. We're like, "Oh, it's over. Oh no, no, there's still more. Hold up."
oh, there's still more. Like, there's always more in Dragon Ball. And that's one of the things I like about it is, like, Goku always tries to reach that, you know, extended level and that, most powerful status, but at the same time, he still always finds that challenge or that person to push him to his limits, to push him farther. And I really think that this is going to come down to a really good, um, power up kind of sense for Goku and the others, because again, they're going to have to start pretty much from what it's seeing all over. I mean, pretty much what they gave us from, if it's to the point where they're making the adults kids again, first graders,
Mm.
and the current kids babies, like, babies don't know how to go Super Saiyan. Is Trunks going to be able to talk as a baby and comprehend and know everything that went on? Is he a 9-year-old baby now? You know what I'm saying? Like,
Yeah,
they didn't really give us that answer yet. All we know is that they've been shrunk down into miniature versions of themselves to first grade age, and that the new demon king of the demon realm,
yeah. I found that pretty cool because
and
I knew they're gonna play it back with that, especially with Deborah, because I knew they're gonna have that like
yeah,
something connection with it.
yep, with
Bro, what
Deborah.
surprised me, I
And
didn't know Sabrina kind of had a brother, and this is actually surprising. I don't think they never talked about in Super or anything like that. Because did he ever mention he had a
yo, for
brother?
real, and a sister.
Oh yeah, and it's his brother, bro.
Like, yo, like, that came out of nowhere, and I was pleasantly surprised, I'll say, with it. Um,
Yeah, I was
I
surprised
just
with
think,
it too, because I had a theory he probably was related to him for something, but I didn't think that like he had a sister also. The sister part surprised me though.
hmm
I didn't know that
hmm
he like they also had a sister. She's pretty cool though. She looks really cool and funny.
She looks like she's gonna be one of those characters who are like, listen, I don't necessarily agree with what my brother's doing because he never includes me in it. So
Yeah.
I feel like she's gonna play one of those characters who like help Goku and and you know our set of characters and people, and I feel like she's going to be like a good and bad character.
Mm.
Um, but it's so I mean I feel like it's gonna end up being.
Is she like a scientist though? Right? Is she like?
Yeah, she's like a scientist, so
Okay. Yeah.
I feel like she's gonna help them in a way to be like, hey, so I know what happened. This is what happened. I could help you, but it's
I
gonna take some time and it's gonna take some,
I feel like she probably would say that, but she's not really. I think she's probably gonna have her own like, oh, I will help you, but I just don't want to, cause y'all can just figure out. Cause she looks like a character that she's like, I don't give a frick what you guys can do, so do whatever y'all want. I don't care.
Yeah, exactly, and that's why I feel like she's gonna be like almost like a I don't want to say Nami type character, but how Nami in the beginning of One Piece was very money driven. Like if there was money involved, it didn't matter whose side she was on. If somebody offered her more money,
Yeah.
she helped them. So I feel like that's gonna be it with the scientist. Like I feel like they're gonna respect what she does and everything and find it like interesting, and they're not going to like push her to the side like her brother does. And
Yeah.
that's what's gonna make her be like, wow, you know what? I'm gonna help these guys because they're actually treating me like a quote unquote human being, like as we would say in this world. I don't know what they would call it in that sense, but I feel like it's just they would definitely show her some respect, and in return, she will help them greatly in the future. I feel
Yeah.
like so.
They did show a little bit more of the demon world. They showed a little bit because
Mhm.
they're basically the whole plan was like I guess they're afraid that they might come down to the demon world or something like that and try to
Mhm.
attack them. Which it's such like a
Yeah.
Toriyama writing right there because you can tell it because he usually has like some funny excuses and stuff like that. Because I remember like
Yeah, but I mean, it's an understandable, like reasoning. Like
yeah,
for
it
all
wasn't
they
it wasn't
know,
stupid like peel off like oh I wish you were just a kid and then suddenly just turns into the kid.
yeah, so I was quite happy with the reasoning for turning them into children.
Yeah,
I think that he put that part of the story and wrote that. Let me reword that. I think he wrote that part of the story really, really well. I
yeah.
think
At
that
least he did a good explanation why he wants them as
yeah,
kids.
he planned that one out. He had a good reasoning for it, and it gave some hope for a future. It gives some hope for a, you know, something to look forward to. It doesn't leave us here like, well, what's gonna happen? What are we gonna find?
I
And
still find it confused. Like this is like between the Manjibu saga before Battle of Gods ever happened because it feels so weird because I don't know because what was it? We're getting I guess we're getting a little bit too ahead of where we're at. Um, it shows that the Kais split because if I remember correctly in Battle of Gods they were still merged together.
yeah, so that's something we know now. Maybe, maybe something's gonna happen again where they're gonna have to merge again for the Battle of Gods. Well, obviously they're gonna have to merge for the Battle of Gods. They
Yeah,
have to merge back because they were already merged. If it takes place between, then
yeah.
something's gotta happen. But now we know that the fusion can be broken by Majin Buu.
Okay.
Like we knew it, like we knew that, but it's been confirmed.
Yeah. So I'm about to go
Yeah,
with a little rant right now. So okay.
all ears.
Why do you do this to my boy Vegeta? Why? Why does every fucking time you fucking do some stupid fucking shit? Is it an hour or is it not? I hate when they keep doing this shit. I'm sorry, but I'm not getting mad over this part. It's just the fact that they keep screwing my boy Vegeta. Like, why? Why do you
Well,
do
well, well,
this?
well. It's not that it's an hour. It's an hour still for the fusion dance. So
Yeah,
the
for the
fusion
fusion dance, it's
dance
like 30 minutes though.
is 30 minutes. But the earrings, the earrings are supposed to be a permanent fusion.
Yeah, but
That's
and then
what we were
Super
always told.
Retcon is saying that it's an hour, so basically you guys were merged for an hour, and now they're saying we could just
That is
defuse from
true.
Majin Buu. I'm like, dude, what was the fucking what?
Well, maybe I don't know. Maybe something. Maybe they're gonna make something where like they take like Majin Buu's saliva or
I don't know, dude.
whatever
I'm just
it
so
is,
mad at the
and
fact that they're. Is it an hour or is it not? Is it the only way to defuse a fucking fusion is by going to Majin Buu? Because at this point, I don't know if they're fucking confirming this or not. I don't know. But that kind of really ticked me off right there. I'm like, okay, so why in Super you tell them it's an hour just because they diffuse inside Majin Buu from an hour? And now you're telling us now that, you guys diffused in Majin Buu, so I guess we could diffuse inside Majin Buu. That literally doesn't make sense to me right now.
yeah, I see what you're.
Because it's stupid. Like, here's the thing. I get in the Future Arc where he went blue. I get it because I think it's because when you're like in a powerful transformation, I guess it couldn't handle that much. But at the same time, it still doesn't make sense because Kefla technically was using a lot of power.
That's true.
So I don't know. They just like screwing Potara earrings a lot. They just apparently the Fusion Dad is too fucking OP. I guess. Whatever. That's my little. That's my little rant.
Maybe there's gonna be multiple sets of Potara earrings, and they each have a different like.
I don't know,
you know,
dude. They just love screwing Potara a lot, and my Vegito would never get any.
or maybe I'm gonna call it now. The the Supreme Kai is gonna fuse back with fucking the old dude because the old dude's gonna die.
I guess, bro. I'm just. Dude, my boy Vegito would never get any fucking love, dude. They screw him in Superhero. They screw him in fucking. Or not Superhero, fucking Dragon Ball fucking Heroes. They screw him in fucking Super. He never gonna get love, dude. He never is. I'm just so fucking sick of it. I hate when they always do that to him. Alright, I'm done with that.
I want to also now take a step into. Let's talk about how the new technique of being able to summon all the Dragon Balls into one spot.
You know what's
in
funny,
like
dude?
30 seconds, and then
I
speeding up time.
I literally predicted this, and I got it so right. I knew we were gonna get a demon Namekian somehow, and we finally did. And that's not what I was expecting, by the way. I didn't think he was gonna be an old geezer.
Me either. But my question is, how does he know?
That's the question too, because I think we're probably gonna get more lore into this because this is only the first episode. So they have to talk about how.
Hope so.
Yeah, they have to talk about the episode how is he able to know this? How do he even knows how to, take off the Dragon Balls from their statues? Because that part was that fucking surprised the fuck out of me. I was like, huh?
Like, and add that as stones still. There were still stones. It's not even like they were Dragon Balls yet. Like, it's just, it blows my mind. So, I want to know where this technique comes to fast forward the time or maybe it's the age of an object, and then again, I want to know why wasn't Shenron like, Ayo, it hasn't been a fucking year.
I was
Shenron
wondering
know?
about that, but he is a dragon who's in the balls, so obviously he won't really tell time, I guess.
I guess. I mean, I guess if he's getting summoned, I guess he'll automatically assume it's been a year since he's gotten summoned.
Yeah.
But even though he seemed hesitant to make those wishes for him,
I don't know, dude.
Shenron seemed to hesitate or struggle making that wish to make Goku and all of them kids again.
Because he was questioning too. Because he was like, "Okay, how old do you want them though?" Because he was like, because he was confused, like what was going on, and then he still had to make the wish because obviously you're the one who's doing the wishes.
You have to, yeah. He has to grant the wishes because he was summoned.
Yeah, but he was just confused, like, what age do you want them? Like, what about the other ones or like our kids? Because I would be questioning the fuck out of him too anyway.
Yeah, like seriously,
I'm like,
like
all right,
you
okay,
know,
okay, but how young do you
hey
want them?
yo, and then let's talk about King Kai's reaction. He said, "Would you like some juice?"
Oh, you mean Mr. Popo?
Or Mr. Popo, not King Kai.
Yeah,
My
because
bad.
yeah, bro, I like that. That shit would make me laugh. I was like, okay, because I
Hey,
think he
yo,
saw he
instantly,
saw Dende got one shot. He was like, yeah, and he was like, okay, never mind. Oh shit, this guy is really tough.
into that line instantly made me think of Will.
Oh really? You want some juice?
Yeah, you want some
I
juice?
think you know what? I'm gonna say that to him when I get back in the chat.
Like straight face, just would you like some juice? So like
Out of
you
all
know,
the things he does, he's like, you want some juice?
like like I just like so I want to know and apparently now there's more being dove into it.
Hmm.
Namekians are bloodline. Well, we knew this of demons because I mean, Demon King Piccolo. So does that mean Piccolo should know who these people are?
That's what I'm saying because they had to evolve Piccolo for somehow because in the previous podcast we were talking about our predictions about it, they keep mentioning that Piccolo was a demon king. So I'm
Yeah.
guessing he probably knows something about his previous life was
And he knew who Deborah was, and Deborah knew him.
because obviously because originally he was like evil because that was like his
Yeah.
father basically, you could say, and he
So
has
it's
memories of him.
like, so then that's my whole question. Like, where's Piccolo gonna come into play with this? How did they not know who Piccolo was? Like, how did they look at him and be like, a Namekian, huh? Like, no, that's Piccolo. That is Demon King
Because
Piccolo.
I think they
Where
haven't
did he
seen
get that
him.
name
Well,
from?
actually, no, never mind. Yeah, they've seen him. I don't know why. They said Namekian, but they don't know it was Piccolo.
Okay, yeah, so maybe they just didn't know it was Piccolo.
I don't
But
know,
I
but
mean,
bro, there's so much shit they're probably gonna do in this anime because I'm so excited. Actually, I think it's gonna be on every Friday, right?
yep, it's coming one episode every Friday.
I don't mind, so I can't wait. Yeah, I like. It makes me very excited what's gonna happen on the next episode because I'm like, damn, they're all turning. Bro, you want to talk about that the comedy in this show? I think the comedy was pretty funny.
I do too. I think it was pretty funny how like they were going back and forth about he was hesitant on wanting to be the king of all the demon realm.
Yeah, that was
And
funny.
then as soon as Bibbidi died, he was just like, "Oh, well, now Majin Buu's going to come get us." And then they were like, "Well, let's fast forward time a little bit."
Still doesn't make sense how this is between Majin Buu and the Battle of Gods because it doesn't feel like it, you know?
Mhm.
Because obviously, like you wanted and I wanted was a continuation of Super because people want to see Moro and the Granola arc, animated.
Get animated, yeah. So now all well they really kind of just leaves them. They have to finish off
Yeah, because
Daima.
they had people wants
And
to see it.
yeah, and once Daima finishes up, then, it eventually will. I feel like eventually they will animate a Super 2 and
I
or a
hope it's
Super
this
Chapter
animation,
2.
dude. I hope it's this animation style because this animation style looks
Yeah,
beautiful.
this animation style is really, really nice, and
For
I
me,
do really
I
like it.
personally like Broly's animation style, the Shitani artwork style, but
Mm,
this one I really love. I really like this one. I like the colors. I think it matches well for the manga color wise. I think it looks pretty good. I really love it. Bro, even the fight scenes between Goku and Vegeta, the little snippets we
oh,
got, dude,
that was gorgeous,
bro, it
dude.
was
Like the
so
the beam
beautiful.
clash, bro. That
Oh
beam
my god.
clash was awesome.
Bro, I fucking loved it. It was so good, dude. Oh
Oh,
my
I
god.
remember what I was saying. I was remembered what I was saying.
What?
So with the intro when he so when they would swap where they were watching in the demon realm.
I think I know what you're
Remember
talking
how
about.
it showed all the little pictures of
Yeah.
different parts of the timeline all flying up in the air, and it was at a white background, and it was like they were swirling in a circle. That's the same scene from Sparking Zero when
Yeah,
you
in story
start
mode.
the game in the story mode, and he flies up into one of the photos to start his story. Like I saw it and I was like, wow, that's gonna like they've put so many little details into Sparking Zero that like now you're like, oh, that's where
Yeah, I
that
think that's
came
what they got
from,
the
you know?
inspiration from
Yeah.
it. I thought that was
So
pretty
it's
cool.
like,
Then I
I
never
thought
thought of
that's
it. I never
cool.
thought about it until you brought it up. That's actually pretty
Yeah,
sick.
that's like really cool, and it's again those little things that are put in there that are very like promising for this
Don't worry,
anime.
guys. We won't spoil anything for the story mode, just in case everybody hasn't finished it. But we'll talk about it in the next podcast. So we're just gonna
Yes, next
we're gonna
next
keep this one.
podcasts will be
Yeah, we're gonna keep
Sparking
this.
Zero.
Yeah, we're gonna keep this in the minimum right now. But so don't worry. But yeah, but dude, like the anime, like dude, I just love it so much, dude. Because I think they finally took the criticism we had for Super, put it in this, and they did it right.
Yeah, they did. They really did.
Because they
They
made,
didn't.
bro. If you go try watching Super now, it looks like a joke.
It. I hate to say this. I hate to say this, but it looks like a cartoon. It almost looks too much like a cartoon to be considered an anime. You
Yeah,
know what I'm saying? Like, I understand animes are cartoons, technically, animation, yes, all. But it's just there's a fine line between cartoon and anime, and some aspects of an anime can be too cartoonish.
yeah.
Like I loved, don't get me wrong, I loved the whole Gear Fifth, but it was very cartoony. It was very cartoony. That episode was like straight out of a Looney Tunes book almost.
Yeah,
And
cause like I'm like 2015, like back in 2015, dude. It's like, how do we get this animation style to this? Because I know why now because they kind of did rush it out there, and they're doing it every
mhm,
weekly too. These episodes, because they don't really took their time. Like you know how like every anime is like they'll take a long break for like each season just to animate them.
yeah,
Yeah, I think that's what kind of was the downfall for Super because they didn't have breaks. They kept releasing them every like Saturdays.
exactly.
But
It's
this one, they look like they took their time with it.
I was very happy with what they came out with and what they've produced and released so far. I'm very excited to see what to come. I'm very
Well, they
excited.
did confirm that
I
Trunks is 9 years old.
Yeah, so Trunks is currently 9, turned 9 after Majin Buu was beaten. So
And they
that's a nice little kind of like area of what to know where we are when we are.
and they did mention about a little bit from like in superhero they kind of did touch on a bit for a little bit. So they did confirm it here also that Saiyans do have like a crazy growth spur out of nowhere.
At
So
around 15, yep.
yeah, because that explains why Goten and Trunks were still kind of little, and then next boop. That's kind of weird though. Not gonna lie.
Ah, yeah, that's true. Because now I wonder.
Because
Because
he did
now
say,
I
yeah,
want to
Goku was
know.
the same thing also.
Yeah, I wonder. Because in the last chapter that we got of Goten and Trunks,
Hmm.
um, they still seem to be the same size they are now.
Yeah, because
So I wonder how many years passed between this and
Battle
like the
Gods.
Moro and Granola arc
Oh
and
no,
the
they're.
Battle of Gods and like
I think they were still kids. I think around like superhero, that's when they had like this crazy growth spurt. I don't know how that works, but I found it kind of weird. I don't. I like for me personally, I don't like that because it's like
mhm.
it's so weird that they're like they're. So you're telling me that they're kids and then out of nowhere when they turn 15, boom.
I
But
mean, yeah, so that would be what, 6 years? That would be 6 more years. So that means what, Superhero took place more than 6 years later?
I don't know because I don't think they never told us their age of when superhero ever takes place. I know it's after the whole granola arc. So I don't know. I don't know how that works, but all I know is that I'm happy that we're getting new Dragon Ball story and all that. And I love the little joke where they mentioned about Vegeta's growth spurt. He's like, but Vegeta's still the same size. He's still small.
Hmm. Yeah, so that must mean that like that yeah, so that has to mean that that's at least so Super is going to take place at least 7 years later. At least.
Yeah, and then we're supposed to head to like the end of Z. So, but we're getting close to it anyway. That's all I know. Do
And
you,
then something's going to obviously happen to where they all get brought back to current age.
Yeah, they're probably gonna have something going on. So they did mention about the Dragon Balls in the Demon World, which I found that pretty interesting because there's three Guardians, Guardians of Dragon Balls.
Exactly, and they use the name that we've heard before.
Yeah. So
So,
I'm curious what's
but
gonna happen. Like they're gonna go to the Demon World, obviously, because we saw it in the trailers. Um, I think they might fight those guards just to get the Dragon Balls because I feel like they're gonna use the Demon Dragon Balls.
oh, that would make sense. And they were talking how they would have to make wishes in light
Yeah.
because it was not a demon Shenron. So is that in regards to saying that the Shenron that we knew for the Demon World Dragon Balls is a demon Shenron like we were talking about last week in our predictions? I mean,
That's what I'm saying because
because
I
now
think we're finally gonna see a different dragon because we already had like what was it Shenron, Purunga, and Super Shenron.
well,
So
that's who they were speaking of. They were speaking of Purunga.
yeah. So now, do you think we're gonna have a demon version of Purunga? I don't
I
know.
mean, maybe it might be a demon version of Purunga, which would make sense. I mean,
Do you think we're gonna have a different
again,
character
but
design on him?
but but
What up?
it is it a situation where um it's like you can't make good wishes with him. Like they have to be like how he said, "Oh, he's in a good world. It is a Shenron of a good world." So we have to make wishes of light, like how he couldn't wish for
Exactly.
them to die,
Oh.
like how he couldn't wish them to die. Can they make a wish for this guy to die?
Yeah, so
Like
basically what we said in our previous podcast, like basically there's gonna be a consequences on it, like just like in GT, because GT I think had like a consequence of using the Black Star Dragon Balls.
yeah, so like it could have consequences, or it could just be you have to make a negative wish, like in order for
Oh,
the
like an
Dragon Balls
opposite,
to be
like an
like an
opposite.
opposite.
Yeah, okay, I got you.
Yeah, like so instead of wishing for somebody to be brought back to life, you find the Dragon Balls to wish somebody death. Like, is that what it's going to end up being like? Or like
That's like I'm curious about because now that they did confirm this is like they do have Dragon Balls, they're guarded by these three guardians or whatever. So now that we know, so obviously I think what was going to happen, I think Goku and all of them are probably going to get the Dragon Balls because, like I said, in the trailers we see Goku fighting somebody, so I'm guessing he's going to fight those Guardians.
yeah, he has to. He has to fight the Guardians.
Yeah,
They have to get the Dragon Balls from their world of somehow. I've also thought, could it be that it's going to be something along the lines of them getting those Dragon Balls and then I mean, it's hard to think of Goku making a negative wish or a
yeah, because
wish
we
to
know
do somebody
Goku's
harm.
not that type of person. I know that for a fact.
Exactly. So it's like, we really have to think about it and look at it as an aspect of, like what could we get from this and where could we go with it?
Exactly, because they could do a lot of things in this because we still don't know where this whole thing out. Especially that one oh, I forgot to mention there was that one character that was like sneaking on the conversation because he looks like he's gonna play an important part. Because I think he arrives at the end of the episode. I believe I don't remember. Yeah, he did. Yeah.
Yeah, so I have really high hopes for it. I really hope that this Shenron gives us some sort of, like I would like to see an evil Shenron. I would like to see what kind of wishes he would grant
Yeah.
and like who's gonna end up granting them because I
Because
mean
the guy we saw in the episode, you know who I'm talking about, the one who's sneaking in the palace. He was like
Mhm.
hiding.
Mhm.
I think he's gonna play an important part because we don't know anything about him. I believe because
No,
he shows
we
up at the
don't.
end, right? He shows up at the end of the
Yeah.
episode, bro.
Yeah, and he sneaks in and he hides and then it ends.
Yeah, because we don't know anything. But all I know is that, bro, that song was so good. I actually like that song. I kind of dig it.
I did like that song. That was a good outro song.
I think it's the intro. I think they played it
Or
at the end.
intro.
Yeah.
Well, yeah, intro song, outro for the first episode.
Do you think they're gonna show? What do you think they're gonna show in the opening? Because they didn't. It's kind of weird that they didn't have an opening for this. Because I think Super
I
had.
think.
I think Super had in the first episode had an opening.
Did it? I can't remember.
Yeah, it's been
But
a while.
either way, I mean, we'll get it. I think that's just going to be the opening. I think that was the opening, and they just waited because, again, in the opening, we'll probably see them as kids. So
I wonder how that's gonna play out in the episode because I know it's probably gonna left off where the children they were just over here all like what the heck.
and they looked like they were in pain when they were shrinking.
Honestly, same. I thought so too. They looked like they
Like
were like.
Krillin and Goku looked like they were fucking in a lot of pain. So it looked like it hurt them to turn back into kids. So my question is,
You
are
know
they gonna?
what's even crazy? They actually fucking animated Krillin's pupils.
They did. They
That,
did. They've
that's
never
because
done that before.
they did it in video games. I know that they in
In
video
video
games.
games, they
Yeah,
do it.
but I never
But
see
in
it
the
happen in
anime,
anime. Yeah,
I've never seen it in the anime before. That was a little weird. I did notice that.
I don't know. I don't know if I
And
ever get used to that. I don't know because I never see Krillin had like fucking actual pupils. It's so weird. I don't know. That's just me personally.
I I was very thrilled with this episode. That's like I know I keep repeating it, but like
Yeah,
you
but
know,
who do you
it
think is gonna
brought
be?
back.
Who do you think is gonna be the final, like the big bad in this?
I think the big bad is gonna end up being that little red dude somehow,
You think
or the
so?
little dude, the new king. I feel like he's gonna like.
You don't think he's a joke character?
I think he is a joke character, or maybe he's a joke character to hide. And this, I mean, this sounds really a Toriyama-ish.
Imagine, yeah, I think imagine like he's actually hiding his true
He
power,
is either hiding his true power, or
or Supreme
or
Kai, dude. Because remember, he
he
mentioned that he wants
exactly,
a wish.
exactly.
I
He said
forgot
he
too.
wants one wish. He said he wants one wish of the
That part,
three.
I'm curious. What that wish is gonna be?
What if he wishes to somewhat absorb or obtain the other dude into
Maybe, dude.
himself
I don't
and
know.
like become the ruler of the demon realm, or to become the ruler of the demon realm?
Because
Like I feel like that.
there has to be a big bad in this. Because I doubt is that little guy. Because I'm gonna be honest with you,
Or
there's
like
no
I
way.
said, that little dude's gonna like, or the little dude's gonna absorb him.
You think so? Because I
It
think
could be.
for me, I think he's like a joke character. I don't like I can't take him seriously. Especially he was making the comment about the ultimate king. He's like, bro, did you shower? No, I haven't showered in 80 years. That shit got me laughing though.
I mean, he could be a gag character, but I don't think he would be the king of the demon realm now if it wasn't for a reason. I don't think.
True.
I think he's gonna have some sort
I
of
think that
play,
Supreme Kai is probably gonna
or
betray
I
him.
think, yeah, or that Supreme Kai has something up his sleeve.
I don't know.
But I
We'll
mean, we could be
see.
wrong. We never know. It's again, it's all up in the air right now. So
He doesn't look like a bad guy though, per se. That Demon Supreme Kai, because I guess like I know he has something wrong with his brother, because he looks like he hates that he's helping him with his brothers.
hmm and it's just like, bro, I really couldn't believe that the Supreme, like we said earlier, I know I'm bringing it back up, but like the fact that Supreme Guy has a brother and a sister, like, and they're demons, so it's like, is Supreme Kai a demon too? Is our Supreme Kai a demon? Are all Supreme Kais demons? Like,
We don't
it's
know,
just the
dude.
now.
Because now I'm interesting. Like, how did he got there though? Him and his
Yeah,
sister.
and now I want to know, what do people having pointy ears have to do with them being demons? Why is that? Why was that relevant enough for Toriyama to put in there? He has something. Something
I
big is
think they're
gonna
probably
happen.
gonna probably have more of an origin story of how he became Supreme Kai, or like art versions.
Supreme Kai.
Yeah,
Yeah, I think we're gonna get a backstory on the demon in the demon realm. Like maybe, maybe the Namekians were part of the demon realm, and the
that's what I'm
Namekians
thinking
split
too,
off.
because he's there too, and we don't know anything about him, but we know that he can fucking grab those Dragon Balls like a nothing.
Yeah, yo, he gathered those Dragon Balls. He was old as fuck. They said, what was the so what? The little dude got one wish. He offered one wish to the Supreme Kai, and then he offered one wish to the old dude,
I
the old
think so,
Namekian
right?
guy. Because the old Namekian's guy's wish was for him to last another 1,000 years.
I think I missed that part.
He said, what did he say to him? He was like, when he was rushing him to hurry up and gather the Dragon Balls, he's like, oh, uh, don't rush me. I have da 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 da. And he's like, hey, I agreed to your terms. You said you would
Yeah,
help me,
I think it's
and
something
then
around with
I
those
would
terms.
grant. He was like, and then I would grant you to survive the next 1,000 years. And he was like, all right, all right. And then that's when he walked over and he was like, oh, they're still stones, so they're gonna be hard to locate. And then he did it in like 30 seconds,
Yeah,
located all of them. And then he was like, oh, they still have to age like another year. Oh, that can be done too, apparently.
yeah, because they it has to do something involved with this because there's a backstory between this, and they have to explain like how does he know how to do that technique? How does this demon Sabrikai is in this demon world, him and his sister, and how does all this happen? Because there's more to the story that we need
Exactly.
to know. Because
Exactly.
I think we're gonna get answers between the episodes. Because I think either I don't know how long this show is gonna run for. My prediction is probably 30. I think at least 30 episodes.
Yeah, I'm gonna say 24 to 30. Yeah, I'm gonna
24 to
agree
30.
with you. It's 24 episodes to 30 episodes it'll run, and I'm hoping with that, after that they'll announce like, I'm hoping they'll announce like a Super 2 or
They
you
probably
know
would because everybody
the
wants to
return
see
of
that.
Super.
Yeah.
Exactly.
Because like
But go ahead.
there's like so much controversy on that on the manga stuff, but it would be cool to see anime because that's mainly what people want, and then that way we get more like merchandising for them,
Well,
gaming.
exactly. Gaming, merchandising. I mean, I guarantee you, as soon as they animate that stuff, Xenoverse is all over that. Even though Sparking Zero's out, I don't see Xenoverse stopping the dropping DLCs anytime
Because
soon.
I'm gonna be honest,
Xenoverse
there's
is
no point. There's no point in Xenoverse 3 at this point. There's
the
really no point.
oh no, they're not gonna come out with the Xenoverse 3, but I could see them still dropping DLC for Xenoverse. Like, there's always gonna be those people who were like, "Oh, I love Xenoverse, and I put too much time into it to let it go."
Hey, if you guys still play Xenoverse, that be all means. I prefer
Yeah,
Sparking
like
Zero
by
at
all
this
means,
point.
I'm never touching that game again. Oh,
Honestly, I think
like
the same thing because I don't know how it's gonna get me back into that game because I'm sorry, Sparking Zero has been really good lately, and oh my god,
real good, real
like
good. But that'll be the talk for next episode.
yeah, exactly. Because dude, I couldn't even put it down, dude. I couldn't even put it down when the early access came out.
It was that was awesome. Yeah, that's I know I haven't gotten the most chance to play it because I am currently on a vacation.
Yeah.
But I did get what I did get to play has been
How
absolutely
far are you
brilliant.
in? Because I know
The
we're not talking
story
about it, but
story I'm almost done with Goku's storyline. I'm just gonna try to go in order. I've done a little bit of Vegeta's storyline, and
mhm.
I've done a little bit of Gohan's storyline.
Okay.
Um,
I'm gonna tell you this, and I'm not gonna spoil it. You're gonna like Gohan's story.
I've already gotten it spoiled, but I am looking very forward to
Ah,
Gohan's
fuck, you already
storyline.
did. Okay, I'm not gonna say it then.
Yeah, I
I'm
already
still not
know
gonna say it
about.
just in case. So if whoever
Yeah,
gets it, because bro,
but
as soon as I saw that shit was all over the internet. I was like, cool, 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 cool. All right, whatever. Internet's being the
But
internet. They spoil stuff, so it's fine.
but overall, I am unfortunately gonna cut this podcast short for myself because I have to go to bed early and I have
Yeah,
to get up early. So, Daima first.
I'll give it an
I'm
8
gonna
out of 10.
say
I'll give it an 8 out of 10.
I'm giving it a 9.2. I'm standing on it. Animation, 10 out of 10.
Fucking perfect, dude.
Storyline, I'm gonna put it at a 9.5 for the story, and I'm going to put it at a oh what now this is a hard one because you know what? I'm going to give the dialogue and the plot and the overall score. I'm gonna raise it. I'm gonna raise it. I'm gonna raise it to a 9.5. I'm gonna raise the overall score to a 9.5
Okay.
because it blew my expectations out of the water. I wasn't expecting them to have a good plot line for the
Yeah.
reasoning. I didn't expect them to have good reasoning, and I honestly wasn't expecting the graphics to be that good. I really expected them to be a lot less quality than the trailers, and they lived up to the standards and the put out of the trailer. So
Thank God.
I I yeah, thank God, and I preach it. And I'll give it a solid
Yeah,
9.5.
I can't wait to
And
see more of this. I think it's a great start for the series, and hopefully we'll see more in overcoming, months. So, yeah.
yeah, so until next week, guys.
We won't be talking about the episodes, reviewing it every day, because we have like a lot of different topics in our schedule.
Mhm.
So I just
Yeah.
want to put that out
So
there. We'll probably talk about when the series finished. So, yeah.
yeah, so we'll definitely touch base on a little bit of Daima in our episodes and maybe have a little bit of a talk about it from here and there, but
Yeah.
we're not going to we are going to this was our first impressions video, and then we will give you guys a first impressions versus final impressions. The
Yeah.
whole series is out, and I'm sure that those will be a lot more reliable,
Yeah.
let's say, or accurate, a lot more accurate.
Yeah. All right. Close
So,
this off.
all right, guys. I appreciate every one of you, for watching. Thanks for joining us. Again, this was Bert at IB Gaming and Jose at Jose Gaming
Yep.
at the Z Fighters podcast, and we are signing off for the.
All right. You guys take care.
Take care.